Hey everybody, good afternoon, my friends, beautiful people. Tim Eat here, Faith Factor TV. It is afternoon currently, East Coast, still right in the middle of a sort of a worldwide lockdown. And you could say, why is this man smiling? Hey, I'm alive. I got to wake up this morning, and that is reason for gratitude, praise, smiles, and overall excitement. And also that I get to talk with you. I appreciate it if you're tuning into this for more than the intro and say, it's Tim, I gotta get off of this thing. Hopefully if you saw me and you say, hey, that's Tim, I wanna get on this thing and I wanna share this thing. Why? Because I want to remind you of something that's really, really, really important, like in the middle of all this. Not when this is done, I wanna remind you of this right now. Like now is the most important time ever. And you might say, didn't you say that last week? Now is always the most important time. That is a time for you to be able to create anything and everything. And yet, so many of us create instead something that we don't want. We create like a worst case scenario first in our mind. I got to prepare for the worst. Like we were literally geared up for that from the time we were kids. Hey man, you got to prepare for the worst. I got to prepare that the worst could happen, but I most definitely have to expect the best. And I want you to keep expecting the best. And the one thing that I want to share with you, and the reason, because sometimes people ask me, do you know what you're going to talk about in any of the videos, or you script any of this? I'm going to be actually doing a scripted video very shortly. I'm going to be launching a podcast. So those some things. So I appreciate people that are friends of mine and people that are new friends. Every day I meet new friends, and every day I love to meet new friends. It's part of the joy of being alive is just meeting and influencing and being influenced by other people. And so I'm going to do a podcast, and the podcast is just the continuation, things that come to and through me, but I'm also going to have guests on there. I want to vibe with other people who have a message. And sometimes that energy of two or more minds coming together, might be three people, who knows, it creates some magic, something that wouldn't have happened just with those individual minds like yours or mine, but then yours and mine together and other people's. Sometimes that's really where the magic is. And so this is the year for that. And I'm going to be producing also some videos that once a week, each video, and it's going to be probably initially I'm going to do 15 minutes, but I may do like a 30-minute format. And it's going to be actually something that's scripted. It's going to be just like, people don't produce television shows that make you laugh or cry or feel that this is a sense of drama without those shows that we're addicted to being scripted. That doesn't mean that it's not authentic. It just means that we think about what we want to say and what we want to create, and then we want to put the right environment and the right words and the right delivery, and that touches us. And the things that we remember, and I think you'll catch me on this, is the things that we really remember in our lives are the things that we feel. In fact, the expression, just to back that up, is we may not remember what somebody said or what they did, but we will always remember how they made us feel. And so I always first aspire in the day to feel great myself, because if I don't feel great, if I feel like bad, I'm probably going to drag you down. And I appreciate you're lifting me up, and you never drag me down if you're feeling down. But we kind of feel that way. We feel like, man, I got to always be up. Nobody always has to be up. But my aspiration is always to be up in a high vibration. And what is a vibration is really the speed at which our cells are vibrating. Nothing is sitting still in this world. And essentially when a person says to you, I don't feel good, and you say, I don't feel good, what you're really saying is, I'm consciously aware that I'm in a negative vibration. Like I'm consciously aware that there's a negative vibration going on, and that keeps perpetrating more negativity. And when you say, I feel great, I feel awesome, I feel on fire, you are very consciously aware that you're in a very high vibrational state. And that, my friends, is the peak state. And you should aspire to that on an everyday basis. You should aspire to that every moment that you're alive. And you should aspire to that with other people. It doesn't mean that we're going to hit that goal. But sometimes people crack me up and say things like, I don't expect too much and then I won't get disappointed. And I'm like, are you crazy? So you don't expect good things. And then when bad things happen because you weren't expecting good things, you were expecting bad things, therefore, they show up right on schedule. My question for today is this, and I'm going to come back to that point because it actually is very tied into this. My question for you, and I even want you to write it down, please, not for me, for you. Write this down. It's a question. What do I want? What do I want? And then I want you to write underneath of it, what do I really, really want? What do I want? What do I really, really want? What do I want? What do I really, really want? Because if you can't even answer that question, there's no map, no GPS to get you there. Case in point, I'm driving on the highway, I-95 northbound. Tim, where are you going? I don't know. You don't know where you're going, you're in your car, you're driving. You must be going somewhere. I got in my car and I started driving. Would you do that? Would you do that? We've all gone for a ride, but really, would you just go for a ride on the highway for miles or hundreds of miles or thousands of miles without a destination? They say, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Know where you're going. This video is not about me. So let me say that. But what it's about me, letting you know what I want to do with you. Because I can't do it without you. And I want to do it as it applies, locking arms. I can't do something for you. You can't do things for me. But I want to share with you information in the very, very near term that I've spent innumerable times, hours studying, because my belief about how any of us can achieve greatness isn't how much money we can get together, how great we can look, how strong we are. At the end of the day, greatness is only measured by one thing: how many people you can influence to be great. And to take it a step further, how many people you can influence to be free. How many people you can influence to own their own minds. That's freedom. And there's certain steps and strengths that every one of us possesses. But even if you don't know something and you don't know how to do it, you can learn. And I made a commitment several years ago, even in the midst of years of personal development and success, to say, I'm going to go not just in this upward continuing trajectory. I want to do this. I want to launch into space and become such a completely different version of myself that I have 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more to give than at any other times in my life. And the only way for me to be able to do that has been to be able to get into a lot of books. I'll just show you one of them, which you've seen here before. And this is a really cool copy. I think I've shown this on one previous video. It's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I'll tell you something. This book was written in 1937. And part of the things that Napoleon Hill talks about in the book are that we're just coming out of a Great Depression. There's a lot of jobs lost. the financial aspect of the country is in ruins. And he talked about all the opportunities. He talked about opportunities in radio. He talked about opportunities in marketing and sales. And he talked about how to do it. And so many of us haven't been able to attain the kinds of success, not just in money, but in terms of happiness and in terms of health and in terms of wealth in our lives when the economy was running on all 8 cylinders, which was just a couple months ago and last year and the year before. And we go to marketing seminars and we go to online, we sign up online for trainings and coachings and mentorings. And guess what? For a lot of people, it hasn't worked. And I'm going to look you in the eye right now, and I'm going to go on record and tell you that this is the best time ever. Not for people that are sick, not for people that are dying or dead. But if you're not one of those people, the next worst thing that could happen to you is for your dreams to die and for your dream that's in here to die. That'll be the saddest casualty prior to the quarantines or before. That's the saddest casualty. Us being here on this planet, walking around, smiling, breathing air, hearts beating, but a part of us dead. Here's what I want to leave you with. I'm going to post in the next couple days a couple of videos that I made over the last several days but haven't posted. Maybe I'll be today, tomorrow, but they're sort of pre-made. I'm just showing you some of the messages. I've spent a lot of time continuing to be the best version of myself for one simple reason. Well, really 2. And it's one, but it's broken in half. So can I tell you what that is? Okay, thanks. So the first is so that I could experience a better and better and better version of me every day and over the course of time by studying and learning more about myself, mastering me. And that's an ongoing thing, will happen every day. To say that I've mastered me would mean that there's nothing left to do. But I've learned a lot more about me, and that way the things that I share with you aren't just coming out of a book. They're coming out of my application and my way of being able to explain it to you in a way that nobody else does, because nobody else is me, just like no one else could explain the way you do. But one of my fortes has been explaining things in a language that just about everybody can understand. I realize that's one of my superpowers. So I want to be able to always put things on the level for you, not talk down or talk at you. Les Brown, wherever you are out there, I remember him saying this to me, and I remembered it here, and I remember it here. He said, when you speak from the mind, you speak to the mind. When you speak from the heart, you speak to the heart. And I want to speak to your heart. And I'm speaking from my heart, I promise you. And my message is to ask you that same question. What do you want? What do you really, really want? Because here's my commitment for all the days of my life, however much time I have here, is to help you define it, to help you receive what is yours, to help you attract it, and to help share your dream with the world. Your dream, that's the one that's been inside of you. Don't let it die. Don't take it with you. When you take it with you, you keep it. When you take it with you, you keep it. When you leave the dream behind, you get to leave a part of you behind. And I really believe that that's the best honor and testament that we can give to our Creator, that we took a part of us, and instead of being selfish and dreaming our own dream just for ourselves, that we dreamed our dream so we could experience it and share it with the world, that we could empower other people with our music, with our books, with our rap, with our programs, our coaching programs, But so much has been missing because people find all the technical aspects, just like Kobe Bryant studied the technical aspects of the game. But what unlocked his real game was the spiritual side when Phil Jackson came aboard, when he came from coaching the Chicago Bulls to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I heard Phil Jackson say that they said, how receptive were the guys to doing meditation and spirituality? And he said, those guys would have let me walk all over their backs. They were just so receptive and they were so excited to have me there. And I'm really grateful for it. He was kind of cracking up. And I thought that was awesome because he had this amazing history with Michael Jordan winning championships in Chicago. And now he was bringing not just his coaching to Los Angeles, but he was bringing his spirit. He was bringing his heart. And of course, he was bringing that brilliant mind. And then 5 championships did Kobe Bryant win with Los Angeles Lakers. And that wasn't just basketball. So just learn the technical aspects of marketing or sales or whatever it is you're doing aren't going to get it. Okay? And we're going to need to find ways to raise our energy levels, to raise our standards, because what got you here isn't going to get you where you're going. Okay? What got you here is not going to get you where you're going. And what got me here is not going to get me where I'm going. We got to keep raising the bar. In the next 24 hours or so, I'm going to be announcing an endorsement promotion deal with a company. And I don't even do this. I'm very particular what I consume in my body as far as supplements, foods, drinks, any kind of athletic performance things. Look, somebody asked me to post on my my little split picture there, the high school picture. They're like, oh, you got to tell us what year, what class. So I'll tell you right now, I'm class of 1982, Annandale High School, Annandale, Virginia. Shout out everybody, Annandale High School. And I turned 56 years old last month. Now look, here's this going on right now. The reason that this happens, and I'm just doing this kind of like tongue in cheek, I like to laugh because I look all around me. The Rock is like 47 years old. Dolph Lundgren from the Rocky movies, Rocky 4. I mean, that guy's like early 60s. These guys are all heroes of mine. Jean-Claude Van Damme. And you have to just reprogram your mind. And if you're 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 something or beyond 80 years old, if you tell yourself you're old, you're going to start walking funny and you're going to go, oh, my back. Just keep telling yourself you're young and you got a mission. And your mission isn't subject to you being young or old. It's subject to you getting it done. And I can't do for you what you have to do. And you can't do for me what I have to do. But what my superpower is unlocking what's in you, expressing it, letting it get out, removing the fear, and giving you a set of tools and instructions. And that's what my upcoming program, Karmanetics, is about. I'm going to tell you in one of my next couple of videos, just so you know, because I've referred to it, the next thing real quick before we announce it, but what Karmanetics is. Karmanetics has been inside of my heart for several years right now. This did not just come about, and it was brought to me. I didn't come to it. We're like, where did this name even come from? It was brought to me. And Karmanetics is about using our powers. I'm going to leave it at that right now. And if you think you know what they are, there's probably a couple listeners out here, some of my brothers and sisters that have said, I've gone to some really extraordinary places in the most hidden spots and found this. But if you're not looking for it and it's not presented and you're not receiving it, you may live your whole life and not know that you have these powers, and you do. Powers to be, to do, and to have anything you want in your life. And I not only believe in that, I know it to be so. It's as scientific and mathematic as if you add 2 chemicals, what the outcome will be. If you add 2 numbers or multiply them, what the outcome will be. It is that certain. But most of us don't know it. And even if someone told us about it, might not believe it. And if you don't have the belief and if you don't have the faith, that, my friends, is the magic that we learned about as kids. It's the magic of belief. So I want you to just keep on believing the things that we talk about. You can think I'm odd. That's cool. I am. You're so right. And you're odd too. And I love that about you. You're beyond odd. We are a perfect match because we are. But having said that, let me tell you something. Come here. You feel me? You. I don't like to point. I'll just do this. You are a genius. You are a genius. You are a genius. I know people have told you that sometimes when you did some really smart thing, and then they told you the other thing later on. But I want you to go back to that, because when you did genius stuff, it's because you were in this zone and you believed you were a genius, that you possessed magic powers, and you were right on track. You just didn't keep it up, maybe, didn't have the faith, and thought it was a fluke. It's no fluke. It's real. And that's what Karmanetics is about, so that we can create synchronicity on demand. That's a good word. Look that one up. Synchronicity is when things just seemingly happen. It's like, oh, it was like so random. It was so lucky. It was so fortuitous that this happened, that it was synchronicity in motion. And I call it the art of synchronicity. The art of synchronicity is creating these mindful events with our minds and attracting them with our hearts. And the only way that that can happen is belief. And belief is rooted in faith, and faith is rooted in love. So if you have these fear or any of these other things coming up in here, they don't have any room in your repertoire. They don't have any room in your bedroom. They don't have any room in your mind, in your spirit. So in the next couple days, I'm going to be launching a bunch of video material, and I'm so grateful in advance for you tuning in and sharing your feedback, because I want to create an environment. I want to create a system. I want to create a place where you can come in and plug in with information that's come to and through me and through our organization, but even way more important, the most valuable capital, if you will, the most valuable resource in this whole world, by far, are human beings, are people. And that includes you. Nobody's any more important than the other. And the way to really feel our sense of significance, not self-importance, but significance, and just how much we matter, is to keep doing what we're responsible to be doing. It's not an opportunity where you can go make money. It's a responsibility for all you've been given. And you've been given much. If you've been focusing on anything else, don't worry about it. Just lose that conversation right now and start praising and thanking God and the universe and the heavens for just being able to hear right now, hear my voice, for being able to see, and for having a roof over your head and food in your tummy. I hope you have food in your tummy. If you don't have food in your tummy, please call me. Wherever you are, I will get food to you right away, somehow, some way, through someone, through some means, through all means possible. And so often we focus on these other things. I didn't plan on talking this long, so if you're still with me all this time, God bless you and thank you, because I'm not just rambling. This is life. This is you. I want you to get 2020 off to a great start. And you're like, how can I do that, Tim? First of all, it's not off to a start. It's April, and we're in the middle of this lockdown and worldwide thing. Haven't you seen all this stuff? I'm like, you know what? Yes. And that goes back to my conversation from a little while ago. And aside from all the, the negative stuff going on, is that this is the best of times for you to pivot, to just completely turn on a dime. You don't have to go gradually in a different direction. You don't have to first crawl before you walk. You can walk. And you don't have to first walk. You can run. And you don't have to first run. You can jump. And you don't have to first jump. You can just fly. You can just fall and spread your wings and trust your ability to fly. Do you believe you can fly? Just a song about it. I believe I can fly. And I know that I believe you can fly. What I want to invite you into doing right now, just to tie this into somewhere, because hopefully it makes a lot more sense what I asked you a little bit ago. But none of it will matter if you don't write down something on a card like this. And I'm going to share this with you because I can't do this without you. I've memorized this card. I see it in my vision. Please comment if you're interested in me reading this to you in my next video. And if you want to hear it, that's cool. Here's what I want to do though. I'm at the point right now where I'm going to be working with my first several students. And it may be somebody from on here. It may be somebody that's totally not even on my, friends thing or whatever, because I'm going to be connecting with a lot of new and different people in a lot of different ways. But if you're one of the people that say, Tim, I am all in on my life, and I want to be one of the first people working with you and you working with me, then we're simply two people that have chosen to work together, and there's work involved because, I wrote something down earlier today, and I want to share it with you, which is that your dreams are not going to come true just by dreaming them. Your dreams require something more than dreaming. It's true. I want you to dream big. I want you to dream huge. But your dreams require more than just dreaming for them to manifest and come to physical being here in the world. Your dreams require action. And in addition to action, they require your investment of your time, your energy, your laser focus, your investment capital, your money invested in you. You're the number one investment that you will ever have. Not a computer, not a car, not a building. Those may be great monetary investments. There's nothing that will ever compare to the investment of investing your time, your energy, your focus, and your money into raising the bar on you. And I say, let's raise the bar together. I'm about raising the bar on me. Who I am right now, I will not be satisfied with tomorrow. I'll be happy. I am happy, but I won't be satisfied without getting better. And I'm not satisfied. I wasn't satisfied yesterday with who I was. I had to get better today. I had to read something more. I had to reread something and remember it. I had to write it down. I had to speak it better. Maybe I didn't communicate it well and you got lost, you got confused. That's not your fault. That's mine. So every day, it's a quest. It's a thirst. It's a hunger. And once this gets kindled, it gets lit up. It'll be there forever. You'll be on fire. You are on fire. Let's take this moment to ask this question. And don't go anywhere or do anything or talk to anyone or text anyone until you write down and answer this question and its follow-up question. What do you want? What do you really, really want? And then let's bring it to you. Let's do it together. You let me know, because I want to make a note. I want to say her or him or them, that we're gonna take the maiden voyage together. And you're gonna know what Karmanetics will do for your life that nothing else ever has. And it's gonna unlock everything else. All that other stuff wasn't for nothing. All that stuff was for something. It's just that one thing that needs to be unlocked, to unleash the power that's in you. Tim Eade here, Faith Factor TV, Karmanetics. It's a beautiful day. I'll be loading some new content on here shortly. See me on YouTube, please. Follow me there. See me on, and people that I'm guests to on Instagram and on my soon-to-be podcast. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. So long for now.